All right. Brisk this morning at the park. Thanks for braving the cold. It's definitely fall. Thanks for coming to join me at Yoga in the Park Tuesday morning. I'm going to guide you guys through practice. Obviously, we'll get warmed up here a little bit, kind of get the body flowing. Practice today, we'll focus on a sequence. Focus around all those areas of the body that we hold a lot of tension from typing, texting, turning ourselves into trolls unless we release our grip. So we're going to focus on releasing our grip this morning, both physically and emotionally. So before we get into the physical aspect, let's get into that mental aspect. Find yourself a comfortable seat. Sit up on a blanket, a block, hero's pose, asana, whatever feels good in the hips, the back. Just take a moment. Just take the shoulders up to the ears, draw them backwards, and then just let them slide down the back and open up the chest. Put the palms there on the thighs, and then just gently pull the elbows back, opening up the chest a little bit more. And just a little roll forward of the hips so we have that nice natural curve in the spine. Nice deep breath in. You're at the park. Crisp, cool air over the back of the throat, down into the lung. And as I mentioned, just trying to release our grip, release that sense of control. It's becoming that passive observance. So as we say, begin to deepen the breath. Try not to use any external force to deepen that breath. Just soften the tissues of the lungs and the ribs. Let that happen naturally. Starting to find a little bit of space as you lengthen out that inhale, exhale. A count of 4 or 5, whatever feels comfortable and natural. Using that mental grip on any thoughts coming up for the day ahead, days of the past. Just being here in this moment alone. Just observing the qualities of that moment, that crisp, cool air on the skin, soft surrounding sounds around you. Just tuning into that natural rhythm of breath. Constantly have that mental grip on trying to control things around us in our lives. See if we can begin to soften that a little bit. Just letting go of any judgment, measuring, control. Just passively observing for the next hour. Less of trying to do yoga and more just trying to experience it. Connect with that rhythm of breath. Stay with this connection throughout the practice. Let it be your guide. Let it keep you grounded in this moment. Anything else comes up, just return to that guide. Just make that commitment for the next hour to be here in this moment. More deep breath in, find a little bit more length in the spine as that crown of the head lifts. And nice slow exhale out the nose. Just let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Feel that grounding sensation down through the pelvis, hips, tail. That connection point. All right, let's softly blink the eyes open. Since we're in the parks, a little cold. Rub those hands together. Wake up in the arms, across the chest, sternum, backs of the arms. Just releasing the grip. Just let everything begin to be loose here. Down through the thighs, top to the thighs, into the hips, kidneys. Soften the ribs. Shake out the All right, palms slide back along or on the thighs here. Again, shoulders up, slide them back, pinch the shoulder blades, slide it together, and then just let them drop. Nice deep inhale here. On the exhale, just drop the chin to the chest. Take the fingertips onto the back of the head and just gentle, gentle, gentle pressure. Lengthening through the neck. Nice big inhale in. Gentle exhale out. Give yourself a little massage there in the back of the neck, scalp. And then inhale up, open the chest, draw the elbows back. If you like, the gaze can come up. Protect the neck here. Open up through the chest. Big breath in. Exhale, elbows back together, chin to chest. Just do that a few times. Rocking through the pelvis. So as you open the chest, pelvis comes forward. Big breath in. Exhale, round the spine, sit back on your tail, elbows together. Want to add a little bit more bigger movement, go ahead and cactus the arms. Slide those shoulder blades together, draw the elbows down the back. Then exhale, fingertips forward, round the spine. Just a little side-to-side motion here. Feel that across the mid-back. Again, rocking forward, rocking into the pelvis, cactus. A little side-to-side. Exhale, round. Fingertips forward, stretch out the back. All right, waking up the neck, the back. Let's go ahead and get into the wrist here. We're going to take the right arm out to the side. Press it like you're pressing into a wall. Pull the wrist back a little bit. You should start to get a little sensation up through that nerve going up through the arm. If you want to add a little bit more, if you take that left arm up and over and start to draw the neck and push into that imaginary wall, you start to feel that nerve going up through the elbow. Let it go. Just let the wrist go soft. Circle it around a couple times. Press it out again. The more you pull it back, that sensation. Neck comes back up. You can go ahead and bend at the elbow. Invert the fingertips towards you. Kind of bend them and tuck them into the shoulder. Then again, add the neck if you want a little bit more. And just kind of pulse. Draw the elbow back. Feel that nerve go up into that elbow, across the back of the arm. Morning. It's called neural flossing, kind of a fun sensation. Do it one more time, and then just let that wrist go. Shake it all out. Bring it back to center. Let's take that to the other side. Press out to the palm. Draw the wrist back slightly. Go ahead and add the neck. Intensify that sensation of the nerve. Kind of play around with just releasing a little bit, letting it go, pressing back into it. And then bend the elbow, invert fingertips, and pulse, draw that elbow back, that nerve go up into that arm. And let it go, shake it out. Flick the wrist a little bit. Again, just letting everything go today. Release the grip. Flick the wrist, bend them towards you. Go ahead and place them alongside the ribs. And a gentle push in. Higher up you go, the little bit more intensity you're going to have. You drop the elbows down. Lift up through the chest. Press the wrist in. You're going to get that nice stretch. And then just pause there. Have a nice inhale. Feel the ribs expand. For a few rounds of breath, forcing anything. Go ahead and release. Bring the palms together. Press into the heels of the hands. Bring the elbows out slightly, kind of the opposite of what we're doing. And then if you want, invert the wrist down, fingertips down. Take them back to center. Other way. Sort of feeling out through the wrist. where those sensations feel good, where you feel tight, where you can release that grip. About to interlace the fingers very, very softly. Just roll in a sort of a figure-8 motion. Take it back in the other direction. Shake it out one more time. All right, wonderful. Let's go ahead and come into tabletop. Before we start getting into some cat-cow, let's go ahead and place the forearm down across the mat. You're going to take the opposite elbow, nice and soft in the wrist, and just start to roll like you're kneading some bread or some dough, working up the arm into the wrist, just gently. Some small circles, side to side, whatever feels good here. Using that pressure of the elbow, just release the fingertips, working your way up towards the elbow. Release the grip, soften, surrender, let it go. Shake all out. Other side. Start at the base of the wrist and just work your way up. Circles, side to side, both directions, whatever feels good. Let that go. Let the arm dangle, shake it out. Nice and soft. All right, let's set ourselves up. We're going to come into cat-cow, but I want you to pay special attention to the shoulders. First, get yourself lined up, hips over knees, shoulders over hips. Spread those fingertips nice. As we work through our cat-cow, I really want you to have consciousness of not dropping into the shoulder blade. So even when we're coming up into a cow pose, make sure you're dropping the belly, but you're not sinking into the shoulder. So slightly pressing up out of the shoulder. Nice and firm in the shoulder. And we're going to get into some dolphin. So this movement of shoulders is really important. Rolling the triceps in so the thighs or the creases in the elbows are coming slightly forward. And then we'll go ahead and start to work through that cat-cow. So drop the tail, gaze up, nice big breath. Exhale, push the floor away, create space. Spread out the shoulder blade. Gaze down and in, and then just rocking through. So as you're rocking through, make sure you're not dropping back into the shoulders. Nice and firm and support. Inhale, moving with the breath, coming up. Exhale, getting some nice final movement here. More time. And when you're ready, go ahead and come back to cat-cow. I'll walk the fingertips forward. Keep those hips lined up over the knees, and it's going to sink down into puppy. Melting down through the heart. Hips over, hips over knees. Then walk fingertips forward and just melt down through the heart space. Pulling your heart back towards the thighs. Let the shoulders release. Take a deep breath in. Crown of the head. Place it down on the mat. And then again, see where you can release that grip. Are you gripping the mat? Are you gripping into the shoulders? Just see what you can soften and let go. One more big breath. Walk your back in. Go ahead and tuck those toes. Lift up through those hips. And we'll begin to pedal out our first downward dog. Shorten up one leg at a time. Stretch through the backs of the calves. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Lift that tail up to the sky. Nice big breath in. Check in with those shoulders. You just let them go and kind of sink in. Roll those triceps in a little bit. Firm it up. Then exhale. Let the heels come down and pull your heart back towards your legs. Nice long spine. Deep breath in. Maybe melting down at the heels a little bit deeper. Big breath in here. Exhale, walk toward the hands. If you have blocks, go ahead and grab them. We're going to do a little bit more wrist work here. Stack the blocks up next to each other. We're hinging at the hips and bending the knees as much as you need to. Go ahead and invert the wrists back towards you, or invert the fingers towards you. I don't know, you invert the wrists. Fingertips towards you, and then just a gentle pressure there on the blocks. Begin to draw the thighs back. And then go ahead and flip the palms, fingertips back towards center. Reach out over the hands with the crown of the head, flatten out the spine. Halfway lift. Just feel that sensation through the wrists, forearms, as you get a little stretch there. Inhale here. On the exhale, let the head come down, bend the knees. Grab for opposite elbows, draw those elbows down towards the mat. Lengthen up through the back. Just a little rock side to side. Again, where can you release the grip? Gripping and holding tension in the jaw. Soften the throat, just let it all hang and go. Palms back to blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Thighs back, reach forward. Out over those blocks with the crown, and draw those thighs back, find a little bit more length in that torso. Big breath in. One more time, exhale, hold in. Straighten and bend the legs. Spread the toes nice and wide, so big toes down, fan out the rest, down through those heels, and gently begin to roll yourself up nice and slow, working that energy up into the legs, the thighs. And then again, roll those shoulders back, fingertips out left and right, all the way up to touch, and just a gentle back bend here. Palms slide down to heart center. Close the eyes for a moment. Tadasana mountain. Gentle pull up and into the kneecaps. Just a little bit of tuck with those lower ribs firming up through the abdomen. Broaden through the chest, the clavicles, round up, and down through those heels. Let the palms fall out to the sides. Again, loosen it up, shake it all out. All right, let's just do a couple shoulder rolls here. Starting to get loose in that neck. Up, slide them down the back, and then just let them drop. Inhale up. We're going to take a gentle pull of that right wrist over to the side. Rooting down to that right hip. Let that wrist be soft. Then pull that right elbow back just a little bit to open the chest. Maybe gaze comes up and under. Back up. Go ahead and bend that right elbow. Walk the fingertips down the back. Just gently pull that elbow back. Head, crown of the head goes back into that arm. Inhale here. Then exhale, another side body stretch. Like maybe that right ear comes to the inside of that bicep. Find a little bit more stretch and space there. Then let it go. Release. Shake it all out. Let's take that to the other side. Inhale up. Gentle pull that wrist up and over. Lengthen through the side body. Nice big breath into those side ribs. And inhale back up, bend through the elbow. Use that right hand to nudge the elbow back a little bit. Walk the fingertips towards the middle of the back. Nice big breath in. On the exhale, stretch it out through the side body. Rooting down to that left hip. And let it all go. Shake it all out. That's wonderful. Roll those shoulders up and back. Go ahead and bring the palms together, interlace. Squeeze and draw the elbows towards one another as you take the knuckles down. If that's a little too much, you can just grab for opposite forearms as well. Wide. Down. Feel that chest start to open up. Big inhale here. On the exhale, draw the chin down to the chest. Let those shoulder blades pinch, but kind of slide down the back a little bit more. And then just roll the neck over to one side. You should feel that through the back, going through the trapezius muscle. Back of that shoulder. Roll chin to center, back to the other side. Or you draw those knuckles down, stretch out that neck and feel that sensation. So intensify as much as is comfortable. Go back to center, shake it out for a minute. Inhale, open the arms nice and wide. Exhale, cross one elbow over. Walk the fingertips towards the center of the back. Inhale, open. Exhale, other elbow. And release. We'll do that one more time. Roll the shoulders down. Interlace fingers. Open up, squeeze elbows together. Nice big breath in. On the exhale, bend at the knees, hinge, and fall, taking it up and over the back. Bend the knees as much as you need to. And if you want to intensify here, we'll go ahead and straighten out through the left thigh, straightening that knee and then leaning over to the right. You're going to get that sensation going up through that IT band on the left side, up into that hip. Sure we're breathing, and back to center. Take it to the other side. Straighten out through that right leg, and take it over to the left side. Back to center, release the palm. Inhale, all the way back up. Fingertips to the top. The palm slide down the center. All right, let's flow it out a little bit. Inhale, arms up. Starting to feel loose. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway, thighs back, palms forward. Big breath. Exhale, palms down. Step all the way back into a plank pose. Modify if you need to by dropping the knees to the mat. Otherwise, press out through those heels. Reach forward with the crown. Push up out of those shoulders. So there's almost no space. A little rounding through the back. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Elbows in, all the way down to the bottom. Back in. Squeeze the elbows into the side ribs. Press into the pelvis, the tops of the feet. Feel that low back start to engage. Big breath in. And exhale, reach down. Push back up to the tabletop or right back to plank. Pause for a breath. And go ahead and drop it. We're going to come down to the forearms here. Go ahead and take a moment and sort of, if I block this is going on. Take a moment here to measure off the shoulders. So go ahead and bring the elbows or hands to opposite elbows. That's about where you need to be to keep the shoulders nice. Then go ahead and bring hands back to center. And then take yourself up into a forearm plank here. If that feels okay and comfortable. Otherwise, you can still be down in the knee. Press out through those heels. Draw the belly up. Stay here. Take it back down to the knees or begin to walk the toes in, coming into a dolphin. Tail starts to come up. Just walk in as much as is comfortable for you. Bend at the knees if you need to. Pulling the heart space back and keeping those elbows sort of drawn in towards the center line of the body. Backs of the arms fire up, shoulders. Walk back to plank. And then go ahead and lower down to the knees. Walk the hands back in. We're going to take a small child's pose. So a lot of times the child, the knees are wide, we're reaching forward. Slide the palms back towards the heels. Grab a hold of the heels and just sort of counter, letting that back go soft, rounding the spine, and bring the nose in towards the knee. Nice big breath. Nice long exhale, here. Palms back, so we can walk back out. Press back up, downward facing dog. Right, let's go ahead and take the left foot up and back. Press out through that heel. Big breath here. On the exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. Press the floor away so you have some space here. Still work that foot up towards the front of the mat. Come into a low lunge. So back, help it out. Pull it, pinch it up, whatever you need. If you like, blocks alongside as we come into our first full lunge. So drop down to that tail and bring the chest up. Palms heart center, palms on the thigh. Just sink into that lunge. Take the left arm forward, up to the sky. Bring it all the way back. See if the gaze can follow and see if you can bring it to that back thigh. Opposite arm forward. That hip's going to want to roll open, so keep it drawn in. Gentle back bend here. Big breath in. Exhale, hands back to center. Tuck the back toe. Pinch that heel forward, half splits. Draw the hips back towards the heel. Walk straight here. Draw those toes back towards the kneecap. Reach forward with the crown of the head on the inhale. Find some length, and then exhale. Gently fold in the middle of that. Extend a little. Pause for a breath. And back into that front knee. Untuck the back toe. Back up, over. Left arm forward again. Take it up, back and around. Take that gentle back bend. That's not comfortable. You can also just be in a high twist here. One more breath here. Exhale, palms come back down. Tuck the back toes. Pull that back knee up. We're going to set up for pyramid pose. Step yourself in a little bit if you need to. Both toes facing forward. And straighten out through that front leg. Blocks available here. Find some length in the spine and the crown. And then exhale, fold in over that extended leg. Hips are drawn back. Have a little micro bend in that knee if you need it. One more breath. Let it go. Bend into that front. Then go ahead and work that back foot back a little bit as we work our way up. Crescent lunge. Bend into that back knee. Drop into the tail. Press out through that heel and firm that back knee up. Inhale it up. Left arm back to the thigh again. Same little back bend we were doing in that low lunge. Palm back to center. We're going to go ahead and drop the back heel down. Open the hips up. Warrior two. Get the arm out, left and right. Big breath in. Find length in the torso. Exhale. Play around so that back movement. Find that sweet spot. Sink in a little deeper. So let's inhale and reverse. Nice big breath in the rib cage. And exhale. Windmill the hands forward. Plant the hands, step it all the way back. Plank forward. Take a half asana if you'd like. Child pose. Otherwise, knees, chest, chins. Full chaturanga. Take the flow. That feels good for you. Back bend of choice. Cobra. Sphinx. Up dog. What's feeling good? Big breath in. Back. Downward dog. Just take a moment. Rock the hips a little side to side. Notice how one side feels a little different in the body. Let's take that right leg up, back, press out through the heel. Exhale, knee to nose. And work your way into that low lunge. Inching that front foot forward. Rocks alongside the hips. Sinking into that tail. Lifting to the chest and crown. Palms to the knee. Stay in tune with that rhythm of breath. Right arm forward, take it up, back, let the gaze go with it. Take that left arm up and forward again. That front knee going to want to splay out. Deep breath here. Exhale, let it go down. Back holds. Draw the hips back. Reach forward with that crown. Sinking in on that extended leg. Toes drawing back towards the knee. Nice big breath in. And exhale, melt a little further. One more breath in. Exhale. Turn back into that front knee. Inhale back up. That back bend again one more time. Right arm forward. Take it up, back and around. And that left arm extended up and the back bend. Inhale. Pop the back up. Step slightly forward. Set yourself up. Pyramid fold. Set side. Before you fold in, go ahead and extend out to the crown. As you get forward, as you draw the hips back. And exhale. Fold in over that extended leg. A little bend in that front leg if you need it. Nice, deep, slow inhale. Nice, long exhale. Bend into that front leg. Back leg might need to come back a little bit. Draw that hinge up, front leg. Take down into that lunge a little bit. Chest up. Press out through the heel. Turn that back leg up by drawing the kneecap up. Right arm goes up, over, back behind, back. Nice big breath in here. Exhale, square the shoulders back off, and then twist them all the way around. Drop that back heel to arch alignment. Roll those hips open. Roll those shoulders open. Find length in the torso on the inhale, and exhale will sink in. Pause for a breath. Let's reverse. Take that front arm up, extend it, reach it, and then take it up over the back. Nice big breath into those side ribs on the front side. Inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to windmill all the way down. Time step it forward. Inhale, hop. Exhale, forward. Heel toe the feet out to the sides a little bit. Heel toe out. Toes are going to be pointed out. Heels are in. If you'd like, bring a block along. We're going to drop into a Yogi Squat, Balasana. Find what feels good for you. 2 blocks, great. Play around with that placement. What we want to do is roll the front side of the body open. So instead of our shoulders hunching here, get yourself situated, open up through the hips. Bring the forearms to the inside here. Before we sink all the way down, just open up the hips a little bit. Release the grip, soften the shoulder. Nice deep breath in. Just see where are you holding tension in the body right now. Face, jaw, and just soften, release, let it go. Nice slow breath in. Exhale, soften even more. Right. We're going to go ahead and play around with a little bit more wrist work. Take the left hand, go ahead and invert it in like we did when we started. This might be enough for you. If you can, maybe you hook that elbow to the inside of that leg. If it's too much, it's going to let you know right away. So if you don't need pain and need sharpness, let it go. Otherwise, the more you push it in, the more intense it's going to be. Then that other arm comes back, just roll out through this. Breathe into the hips. Go ahead and let that go. Take it back to center. Shake out that right arm, right wrist. Take it to the other side. Like to add that little wrist movement. Also just be here with that forearm on the inside. Otherwise, put that elbow in from that hip. Soften the wrist, extend it out, roll it. Put it good. Release the grip. Back to center. Shake that out. Let it go. Go ahead and press into the feet, lift the hips up, heel toe it back to center. Inhale, hop, lift side back. Exhale. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Fingertip up to touch. Gentle back bend here. Exhale, let it all go. Take it all the way back down. Bend to the knees. And we're going to come all the way down to the back. Quick time check for us. Plenty of time. How's everybody feeling? Good. All right, you can come up onto a blanket if you like. A little extra lift in the hips. You can also do this with a block. We're going to start working through some forward folds. Just starting to settle everything down. So press out through those heels and draw the thighs down. Toes are coming back towards the knee. Rock yourself back and forth. Get in front of those sit bones so you're not sitting back on the table. Reach back, grab the thighs, flesh out the way a little bit. All right. Bring the palms alongside the shoulders. Lift up, extend up through the torso. Find some length. Big breath in. Exhale. We're going to reach forward, reach with the crown, the chin, and exhale, melt down and in. Do that a few times. So just drag the palms alongside. Straighten up through the spine. Find length in the torso. Big breath in. Exhale. Hinge. Fold. Out. One more time. Take your time. Softening each time through a little bit more. Inhale up. Exhale. Grab for whatever you can get a hold of. Maybe it's the thighs. Maybe it's the calves. Maybe it's the feet. On your next inhale, lift up. Take a breath in. Reach forward with the chin. Find a little bit more length. Exhale, fold it. Rock forward, side to side on the hips. Release it. Let it go. Walk the fingertips back. We're going to go ahead and take the left ankle across over the right. That forward fold one more time. We're going to inhale. Exhale, hinge. And then go ahead and grab for like the calves or maybe the thighs. Just kind of firm everything up into the center. You're going to feel that through that bottom leg a little bit more than the top. Just notice, kind of feel that sensation going up through the calf muscle. Squeeze everything into that center line a little bit more, the hips. Back. Take that right heel, slide it alongside the thigh. Sit yourself up nice and high. We're going to inhale, find length. We're going to take an open twist. Exhale, turn to the right. Bring that elbow to the inside of that thigh. Roll the back shoulder back. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, move back to that right shoulder. Pressing out that extended foot. Breath here. Exhale, unwind, twist. Inhale, arms up. We're going to walk the fingertips out on the right side. Going to bend at that elbow. Press down through that left hip. It's going to want to sort of start rolling over with when you walk the fingers out. Drop down through that left hip. Take the arm up. Just a gentle side bend here. Squeezing and pressing down into that left hip. One more breath. Back up. Draw that back heel in. Stay here with this front knee up and this knee down. Like to go a little deeper. Start to stack the knees up, coming into Gomukhasana. Work that knee in. Draw the tail back. Otherwise, you'll still be here, a little less intense on the hips. You want to stack up through the hips. This is where that blanket or block comes into great support. Inhale up, find length. Twisting the opposite direction, taking it over to the left. Draw the hand across the thigh, roll the back shoulder back. Twisting from the base of the spine up into the shoulders and the knees move back. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Come out of the opposite. So head goes first, shoulders around, all the way down. All right. Extend legs back out, give them a little shake. Shake the ankles out, thighs. All right, second side. Right leg across, right ankle across. Make sure you're not sitting back on that tail, so a little rock side to side. Inhale to find length. Exhale, hinge and fold. Draw the palms into the calves, the hips. Just a little gentle squeeze of the calves together. Hold in a little deeper. Feel that on the bottom leg. Nice, slow breath in. Exhale, soften, release a little more. backward. Slide that ankle in along the thigh. Those toes flexed on the front, inhale, find length. Open twist here. That right elbow to the inside of that leg. Roll the back shoulder back. Nice. Long spine. Exhale, activate. Nice soft breath here. One more round of breath. Exhale, let it go. Plank yourself, top to bottom. Go ahead and inhale up. Exhale, we'll take that left hand down, start to walk the fingertips out. And again, pin down through that right hip as you take that arm up, over, draw that hip down. So you'll start to feel that kind of in that hip into the low back a little bit. The more you draw that elbow back and extend it, feel those little Stay with the breath. Slow inhale. Exhale, release. Take your time. Back to center. Options here. Pull that heel in. Stay up nice and tall like this. Otherwise, what you can do is wiggle those hips a little side to side, stack up. And a block here is going to do wonders for you, especially if your hips are tight. And again, you can be here as well. Just that up. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. If your knee is up, you can wrap around that knee, squeeze and draw it in along to the ribs. Shoulder back. Back. Modify. One more breath here. Nice long spine on that inhale. A little deeper on that exhale. Squeeze everything in. And gently let it all go. Release it. All right, we'll go ahead and slide the heels together here. Draw them in towards the pelvis. Also put blocks on the outer edges. Nice support. Go ahead and grab for ankles, grab for big toes and peace fingers, and then roll the shoulders back, roll the pelvis forward. So there should be a nice curve in that low back. Chest is open. And see what you can do now to soften. Release the inner thighs and the pelvis. Release the grip in the low back. Be here for a few cycles of breath. Gripping in the shoulders, clavicles, the heart, soften, surrender, let it go. And let everything slow down as we work through these last few series of poses. Just really see what you can start to let go of physically and mentally. I said more about experiencing the act of yoga as opposed to doing yoga. All right, softly let the eyes open. The legs, go ahead and reach for the thighs. Stand out through the legs. Take it down onto the back. Time check. One thing about the cool weather, right? I think we got rid of a lot of the bugs. So a lot of times we're avoiding doing all the stuff on our backs. That's where they're all hanging out. So this will be a nice little wind down for it. All right, get ourselves comfortable. Rock the hips a little bit side to side. Just let everything kind of release in the low back. We'll go ahead and bring the knees up into the chest. Take a nice inhale. Wrap the arms around right below the kneecaps or grab for the shins. And just let the rib cage and the abdomen be soft here. So a nice inhale. And then on the exhale, draw the tailbone down and begin to draw the knees into the chest. And just softly squeeze all the air out of the body, like you're wringing out that sponge nice and softly. Little rock side to side. Let that low back go. Maybe grab for the knees and just kind of circle them in one direction. Other direction. Heels down to the earth. We'll take the right ankle and cross it over the left knee. We'll thread the needle and just doing a little reverse pigeon, sliding arms through, grabbing a hold of that knee or right below the knee. A nice inhale here. On the exhale, draw the tailbone down as you begin to bring that left knee in towards the chest, as much as comfortable on that outer right hip. We'll be here for a few breaths. Just see where you can soften. Not forcing that knee in. You're not really trying to stretch that hip out aggressively. It's just a nice, passive, slow, soft, surrendering stretch. Inhale, find some space. Exhale, maybe squeezing it in just a little bit more. See if you can lengthen out that next exhale, maybe a second or two longer than the inhale. So if you're going inhaling to a count of 4, maybe you're exhaling to a count of 6. Squeeze the lower ribs down and in on that exhale. Need a little bit more space on the next inhale. We're going to go ahead and let the arms go, but we're going to stay in this figure 4. We're going to bring that left heel down. Bring the palms out to a T. We're going to bump the hips over to the right. The hips over to the right a little bit. And then we're just going to let that right heel drop down to the ground. We're coming into a little bit of a twist here. You can grab that left hand, reach it across that right knee, and just intensify that stretch a little bit more. Also, you can intensify by taking an inhale and then taking the gaze over to that right arm. Feel that stretch up in the right hip going into that low back. Soften, surrender, release the grip. Stay with the breath, let everything go. One more round here. Next, exhale. Gaze over to the right and begin to bring it back. We'll go ahead and lift back up. Okay. Bring everything back to center. So bring your tail back to the center. Still in that figure 4. This time, arms to a T. We're going to bring the hips over to the other side. So bring the left foot to the left side of the mat a little bit, bump the hips over, and then we're just going to let the hips sort of open, splay open into a figure 4, bringing that ankle across the knee, and then working that left heel back a little bit to find some space. We're now twisting over to the right. Nice big breath into the chest. Intensify if you like by looking to the left. Soften. See where you're gripping. I always tend to just constantly have my jaw gripping, clenching. It's such a conscious thing that I always thinking about. Just let that go. Wiggle it side to side. Soften the throat. One more full breath in. That nice slow exhale out. If you're twisted by looking over, go ahead and take the gaze back to center. Gently begin to bring the hips up. Release that top ankle. Bring hips back to center. And we'll go ahead and bring the knees back into the chest. Just rock side to side. Release that low back. Center ourselves before we do that second side. We'll circle with those knees again. All right, same series, second side. Left ankle across the right knee. Open up through that hip. Thread the needle through. Grab a hold of that shin. Draw the tailbone down. Inhale here. Then gently exhale. Draw that knee in towards the heart. The ribs. Nice and passive. And then just explore that shape with the breath. Breath down towards the hips, the ribs. Just a gentle squeeze of that knee towards the chest. Feel that stretch in the outer left hip. This is great without any bugs. It's awesome. It's a different experience. All right. One more breath here. Gently release and let that right heel come down. Arms out to the T. Hold the hips over to the right. No, hold the hips to the left. Sorry. Hips to the left, walking that right heel over, and then we'll just let that right foot fall across the body, taking that twist. Right arm across for where the knee is, giving a little bit more intensity on that left hip stretch. A little bit more, look over to the left. Big breath in. Nice slow exhale out. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, let it go. Head back to center. Back to a T. Back to that figure 4. Hips back to center. So right heel is down. And now hips over to the right a little bit. Right heel over to the right. And then just let that left knee start to fall open. Using that top heel. Letting the right knee fall over towards the center of the mat. Big breath in here. And exhale. Gaze to the right. Deep breath into the hips, pelvis, soften, let it go. One more full breath. Nice slow exhale out. And we'll take that left ankle off the knee. Hips back to the center. Tailbone down. Knees into the chest one last time. Rock side to side. Release that lower back. Let's take a nice final happy baby. So let the knees go wide. To the outer edges of the feet. Heels up towards the sky. Flex the toes back down towards the mat. Take a nice big breath in. On the exhale, draw the tailbone down and draw the knees towards the armpits. Big breath right into the pelvis and hips, into the heart. Nice slow draw out for an exhale. Let everything go. Bring the knees back together. Extend the legs nice and long. If you have a blanket, still a little chilled, maybe you want to place that over you for Shavasana. Get yourself comfortable. Just part the ankles a little bit further than the hips. Just let the toes fall out to the edges of the mat. Just feel that opening travel up through the legs, into the hips, into the pelvis. And truly just see what you can soften and let go of here. Release the grip. Release the breath. Just let it go soft. Let your heartbeat settle into the chest. Wiggle that jaw side to side. Soften the brow. Soften the kneecaps. Just be in this state of surrender. Final state of observance for just a few final moments. Just observe the benefits of our practice. Feel that cool air coming in through the nose. Sounds off in the distance. Sensation of the earth and the mat. Holding and supporting your body underneath you. Just let everything go. Allow me to call you back. Take this next breath in. Just try not to tense anything. Just let it come in naturally, softly, slowly. Keep everything soft. Nice, easy breath in. Just a gentle little wiggle of fingers and toes. Slide the ankles towards each other. And nice and easy, reach those fingertips back up over the head. Maybe hook the thumbs and point the fingers, flex and point the toes. Nice full body stretch. Big inhale. And on that next exhale, maybe gather the knees up towards the chest. Give yourself that last final hug. Pause on the inhale and find some space. And And on that exhale, just a gentle squeeze of everything in, bringing out that last bit of stale, stagnant energy. Take your time, roll yourself off to one side. Maybe pause there, just feeling that hand to earth connection with the earth before you press yourself up. Keep the gaze soft or the eyes closed. Take a moment here, roll the shoulders up to the ears, draw them back, just drop and slide down. And palms to thighs, and again, just pull the elbows slightly back. Pull forward of the hips to feel that natural curve in the spine. Nice slow inhale. That crown of the head lift. Spine goes nice and long. Feel that crown line up over the heart and the heart over the hips. Just take a moment here. Trust that you did the right thing for your body, mind, and spirit today by showing up. Held the arms out to the sides. Tips up to touch. Palms slide down the heart space. Center of the body. And just let that gaze fall down. Thank you all for letting me guide you through this practice. Hopefully you were able to release your grip a little more today. Try to take that sensation with you. Back into your day, back into the world. Just take one final breath in. Let all that go. Light in me, honors that light in each and every one. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Just acknowledge your fellow yogis. It's a wonderful community. Thanks, everyone. Good to see you all. Stay warm.